What's up, guys? Lost Highway Paranormal, Western New York Cemeteries. How are you doing? How you guys doing tonight, guys? Tonight, y'all are in for a treat. I know you see the cat ball going off right now, but tonight we're actually not investigating. We are not investigating tonight. Tonight, I'm finally got a part 1 of my true crime series live for y'all tonight. So, y'all ain't gonna want to miss this. Come on in. I got a story for y'all that I'm excited to get out there and excited to investigate with y'all. Goonies, Paranormal, how are you doing? Thank you. Guys, so in just a few minutes, we're going to get started. For now, just keep tapping, sharing. Let's get some people in here. Becky Clay, how are you doing? Marimba, how you doing? Lost Highway Paranormal, you're going to be in for a treat tonight then, because I got a cool story for y'all. If you haven't seen it, I made a video for this true crime series. It is on my profile on my TikTok. Go back and view that, like it, share it, what you got to do. I put a lot of some time into that video too. And as always, I got the most important thing. You cannot do true crime without the coffee. And so tonight, it's also going to be a little different because tonight, I'm going to be all back here. You're going to see nothing but me tonight, unfortunately. I won't be behind the phone, investigating. Because tonight we are not investigating the paranormal anyways. We are going to get a little into some investigative work here, but it is true crime time, guys. Finally, I'm here. I did a lot of work set up on my day off to get you that true crime that I've been promising y'all. And y'all deserve it too. If you have noticed, today you can't see it, I guess, but I got the post-it note still going on, the giveaway for Noelle the doll. Where is she? Let's get her in here. Ooh. Sorry, reaching over. Goonies, thank you for the besties. Because y'all know, we besties. Okay, guys, this is Noelle. So, as y'all may not know, Noelle is the newest addition to the doll collection, but she's the giveaway doll. What is up, Snow Angel? How are you doing? Sorry, guys, I have to. I'm not used to being back here. I kind of have to maybe squint a little bit to look at the chat. So, apologize ahead of time if I do not see your comment. I'm also going to be doing a lot of reading. So, also take note that if I don't see the chat, guys, tonight, it's because I'm back here telling you the story and everything else like that. I got notes all back here. And, but just know I appreciate each and every one of you. I want you guys to, interact and chat and put in your thoughts and everything else like that. Oh, yeah, I got mods. My mods are in here. There's that. So, anyways, Noelle, she is going to be given away. She's going to be given away right after Christmas. So the top gifters in my lives will have a chance to win her. And look at her. How you know on her. And you can get the rosary around her neck too. So. All right. Turn this light on. So that is Noelle. All right, guys. So I'm excited. I'm all excited about this. Okay. I've been working hard at this all day. I've been studying the story. This true crime story tonight is a case that is currently pending. It is still going on. It's still being investigated and, in the process of going to trial. And it's actually a case that involves in the town that I currently reside in right here. So it's really nice. I was able to actually go out to the home that this case took in place in. And, I was able to see it at least. And it's cool. And plus it's a case that's being talked about, but nobody really knows what's going on. So I decided that I wanted to take on this case and do my research and seek answers. And I found it's a really interesting case. And you guys are going to be really thrown in for a loop, I think. Sorry guys, I'm looking. Okay. Oops. Sorry guys. If you accept that Lost Paranormal, it's up to you. But I just went ahead and added you as a mod. I don't mind. So, going on with this case, so Lost Paranormal, welcome to the KyloSeeks team. So, you said you love true crime, so here we go. Tonight's for you. So, I'll start getting into it here. I'm not going to jump into the story right away. I want to give a chance for people still to get in here before I start. But tonight's case is an unalivement case. And mind you, this is what makes this hard on TikTok, because we do have to be careful with our wording. So, when you hear me say such words as unalivement, you're gonna have to put the words together and find out exactly what I'm talking about here. And also, if I catch a ban in this live, I apologize in advance if it ends up ending my live. Let's hope that doesn't happen. I've been really, really careful that doesn't happen. But this case involves an unalivement of a family member. And the reason, when you find out the reason, you're going to be in shock. You're going to be in shock. Truly angelic, thank you for the heart me. I mean, you're going to be in shock. When I learned about this case, I was in shock. I said, really? Really? And to think too, this case also literally just happened right down the road from me. Less than a year ago. Truly angelic, thank you so much for the besties. Dot with the besties, thank you so much. I haven't even got started yet. Now I do have to think of a live goal that I want to do for y'all for reaching. I mean, right now we do have the giveaway with Noelle. Where did she disappear to? The giveaway of Noelle. That's the 7th. But also, I think to be able to continue doing the research and the investigative work, and not only that, but the content, and to be able to go down and maybe even possibly witness the trial proceedings. Thank you so much. You guys are halfway there. Halfway there. Takes a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of work. So as an incentive to you, I will continue. What way do I just ruin things and throw in an ad? Come on now. So like to continue things, you know, I will continue as this goes into trial and as this, you know, as more evidence and more statements get put out there, I will continue to keep y'all updated because, you know, that's what this all involves. It involves a lot. I had work last night and I woke up today and the first thing I thought was on my mind was live stream time. I got a lot of work to do. So that's where I'm at right now. So, and also, excuse me, I am not a professional journalist. Never even went to school for it or anything like that. So, you know, what you're getting is just the passion that I have for doing this. Thank you so much, Lost Highway. You guys are killing it tonight. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Now, when I do this, I am going to take a little bit of time away from the chat so I can read my notes and be able to tell you the story, but I will stop, invite new people in, welcome new people every so often, and also take some time to review the chat and interact with you. So, because it is not just me doing this, guys. When KyloSeeks investigates, whether he's doing the paranormal or whether he's doing the true crime. What is up, Alicia? How are you doing? You guys are all part of the investigations. So I want you to be able to put in your thoughts, your opinions, your questions, you know, whatever you got. Because trust me, we all have questions. We're all just seeking answers when it comes to these cases. Oh, Lost Highway. Yo, maybe I look good with a cowboy hat. Dark Amethyst, thank you. So, I'm excited. I'm excited. We are gonna get started. I even posted, I thought was a really cool video earlier. I was actually really excited when I finished it and was posting it, because it's kind of like the introduction to my true crime series. Because KyloSeeks is not just a paranormal investigator. He is True Crime Kylo. Yeah, why won't this work? And every now and then you might see my cat. Oh, and Noelle fell off my couch. She is okay. She will not get sent to you with a broken face. There we go. Noelle's gonna sit there all safe and sound. So guys, here we go. Welcome in, everybody. If you guys are just coming in, don't forget, make sure you follow KyloSeeks, because I am doing a true crime series and it starts tonight. It starts right here, right now. And we are going to dive into the story that I put a name to, the mom killer. So, this story is, you know, it's very interesting because it started here in the town in which I reside in middle central Pennsylvania. JK36, how you doing? Emily, how you doing? It happened back in March, so less than a year ago. Okay? It was actually the morning of March 14th, 2024. So less than a year ago. Police were called to a home on Locust Street in the small town of Clearfield, Pennsylvania. Like I said, the town on which I reside in, right here, for an actual cardiac occasion. A home health nurse has found her 69-year-old disabled patient, Paula Lombardo, unalived in her bed the morning of March 14th. So March 14th, a home health nurse has, walked in and discovered that her patient that she actually just saw, that we're later going to find out, that she just saw the day before. Exactly the evening before. So, give credit to any of these home health nurses, or health nurses in general. I want to use this as a time to shout out, nurses, because y'all are heroes, for sure. So when the police have, arrived, they expected what they expected to see was just a death caused by health reasonings. But concerns that did notice caused them to have a little more of a suspicion. And some of the things that we are going to find out that have led police to investigate. So let's go backwards a little bit and find out and talk about, who Paula Lombardo is. So Paula Lombardo is a 69-year-old disabled woman. She resides in an apartment with her son and her son's wife. And her son's wife is Roseanne Schaffner, and her son is a 43-year-old David Lombardo. So you gotta think, so they live in an apartment, and this apartment is, you got 2 floors. Thank you, Lost Highway, so much. They live on the 2nd floor, and from my understanding, is David Lombardo and his wife Roseanne share a room, and then across the hallway would be David's mother, Paula. And then they also took note that there was somebody living in their attic, which I'm not too sure about, if it's considered the same apartment and they have an attic. But they never mentioned in any reports that a 4th person was residing in the house as a witness or anything else. The only witnesses that we have to this case is David Lombardo, his wife, and the health nurse. So when police interviewed everybody, they interviewed David, and they interviewed Paula, and they interviewed, I believe, the health nurse. When they interviewed David, you're going to find out that David's responses to being interviewed by the police is what really led on to continue this as an investigation. Police were already suspicions of the way that they found her body, and then what led them to really investigate and figure out that something more happened than a cardiac issue. Something more happened than a health issue. So when they interviewed David, they got this really eerie response, and we're going to get into that here in a little bit, because at first I want to talk to you about when he interviewed Roseanne, the wife. When he interviewed Roseanne, which is Paula's daughter-in-law, David's wife, they were really in for a surprise when, they got the responses that she got. Because when interviewing Paula, she made claims of things that she heard. Her and David last saw Paula and spoken with Paula the evening before. According to Paula's testimony, according to Paula's interview with the police, she said, "We had dinner, David cooked, but David did not eat. For some reason, David did not eat." And but then later around 6:30, 7 o'clock, Paula tells police that she goes into her room and overhears a conversation. Goonies, thank you for the heart meat. She overhears a conversation across the hallway, which I believe it would be Paula's room, of David and his mother, Paula, having a conversation where David says, "I love you, Mom. Goodbye." And this is what Paula tells the police. And then what really took note is she then again said some more things that we're going to get into, but I want to go into David's testimony first, because this is where it gets confusing, but it gets really, really interesting. When interviewing David, first thing that police noticed is that he actually had absolutely no signs of remorse. None. He was not sad. He was not upset. He wasn't crying. Nothing. He showed little to no emotion. And then, I'm going to take a pause here, a little break. But the next response that you get out of David Lombardo is what's really going to explode your mind. But for a second, I want to stop, focus on chat. Guys, thank you. I see y'all sharing the live. Guys, thank you for the team bracelets, Goonies. Thanks you for gifting. You guys are awesome. I hope you're enjoying the story so far, because, and to review it a little bit, so far we got suspicions from a police officer that believes that what was once a 911 call for a cardiac issue is now turning into a full-blown investigation. And it's not only because when the police raised suspicion of the way that they found Paula's body, but based on interviewing the people involved, the people that lived, and the son, and the son's wife of Paula. Sage Destiny, welcome in. Welcome in, guys. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Again, I'll show you guys. For you guys just coming in, this is Noelle. She is going to be used for the giveaway. She's going to be given away, and it could go to any of you, because Kitty Cat's Castle, she could go to any of you, because the top gifters in my live will get a chance for a drawing. I got names with post-it notes that I actually have to find a new place for. They were going around my table, but I ran into the issue of them falling off. So I got to think of something else to do with the post-it notes. I was even maybe thinking another Christmas tree with y'all names on it. How you doing, Kitty Cat's Castle? And so if you are also just coming in, something I also want to mention, I'm going to mention it a few more times again tonight, is if you are just coming in and you're coming in halfway through the story, I am posting this live onto YouTube. So if you are following, or if you're subscribed, make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube name. You'll find it, same name as here, KyloSeeks. All right, so I'm going to continue. So far, this is where we're at. A little summary for you guys just coming in. We are talking about a case of Paula Lombardo, who was found unalived by her home health nurse, who thought that it was, health reasons, cardiac. She was disabled, and I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but if I didn't, I apologize. Paula Lombardo was disabled. And that's where investigators were kind of weary about what happened, because she was actually found face down in her pillow. So, and so that obviously raised concern, because she's disabled and not able to move on her own. If she, passed away in her sleep, or, the night before, she passed away with a heart attack or whatever they think it might have been, how did she end up face down into her pillow? That obviously meant somebody moved her body. And that's what led investigators, continuing to investigate. That's what led this from, this is no longer a cardiac issue. There might be something more. And when they interviewed the residents who all resided with Paula in an apartment, was her son, David Lombardo, and his son's wife, Roseanne Lombardo. So, obviously, those are the ones to be questioned. We talked about a little bit of Roseanne's testimony. I didn't get into it all because there's some parts where I need to wait, and you'll understand why later. But Roseanne's testimony pretty much said they were the only ones in the house the night before, and they last saw Paula that evening. And that evening, Roseanne overheard a conversation with Paula and her son David across the hallway, where David said the words, "I love you, Mom. Goodbye." So now we get into David's testimony, and the first thing that the police noticed about David's testimony was he showed absolutely no signs of sadness. He wasn't sad. His mom just passed away, and he's not sad about it. And, he's not crying. And, this was just moments after. You would think that, you come in and you discover that your mom is no longer alive. That is your mother, your disabled mother. That obviously you probably, I imagine they were taking care of her. And that's why they all lived together. And so, he showed no sadness. But what he said next is what really led police to believe that David Lombardo was actually a killer. Because after David Lombardo last said some things about last seeing his mom at 6:30 in the morning. He claims he last saw his mom at 6:30 in the morning, that morning. And then what he said next, and what he asked about, and the only thing he really showed true concern was when he kept asking police about when can he get the death certificate for purposes of her life insurance and her bank account information. That obviously raised a concern with police. I mean, could you imagine? Imagine yourself, I imagine he said something like this. The investigation went something a little like this. Like, hey, when was the last time you talked to your mother? Blah, blah, blah. And you're just sitting there and you're just asking the police, so when can I get the death certificate? Because, I need to access her life insurance. I imagine that's kind of how it went. That's kind of how I'm picturing this. I really want to see the body cam footage of this from the police. So that's crazy. That's absolutely insane. So obviously that led police to, okay, and this is also, I gotta take note, this has also been after a couple conversations. So they actually had a couple exchanges and conversations, because I think the police were going back and they were talking to David, they were talking to the wife, David's wife, and also there was a third witness, which is the health nurse. So, in which I will add, I didn't get in too much detail about the health nurse's testimony, but she did tell police that the night before, there have been no signs of health concerns in Paula, which means she was doing fine when she worked, in the home the day before. And in Roseanne's testimony, she mentions that the health nurse was there, but left, and then around dinner time, about 5:30ish, they were all eating dinner together, which David actually cooked, but David did not eat. And then later Roseanne tells police that the conversation that she overheard with David telling his mother, "I love you, goodbye. But there's more. There is more. Roseanne actually confessed to the police that later on, when David walked into the room, she was kind of curious what that was all about. So she asked David, what was that all about? And David's response literally was just so blunt. So blunt. And just answered with, I just unalived my mom for her life insurance money. Take note, and like something I want to look into this too as we later go on. Should Roseanne have any responsibility in this? Should Roseanne, oh mercy, right. Should Roseanne actually be held with any responsibility of this? And that's something I want to dive more into maybe later when we continue this. What is up, guys? Sorry, guys, I'm just seeing names. I'm telling you, I have to look. I'm not so used to being this far back. I'm like, what is going on up here? It's like I can see it, but I gotta squint a little bit. I see y'all tapping that screen, guys. Thank you for tapping. Who was Roseanne? Yes, Roseanne is David's wife. And they all reside together. So you got David and Roseanne in one room, and then across the hall is Paula, the mother. So guys, while we're taking a short break, there it is. This is what I was looking for. So, you know you can't do true crime without coffee. You just can't. You can't do it. It doesn't exist. Exactly. They wanted the insurance money, but guess what? You're really, guys, you're gonna shit yourself when you find out how much Paula Lombardo's life insurance really is. And David knows, because when he confesses to his wife, he literally says, I unalived my mother for her $5,000 life insurance policy. $5,000. Guys, $5,000. I'm not kidding you. It says it in the court documents. $5,000? You tell me you're going to unalive your own mother for $5,000. Oh, hell no, that's right. What is up, Dana? How are you doing? I mean, shit. Excuse my language, but $5,000? That is just absolutely insane to me. Exactly. That's not even going to pay for the funeral. 100%. Well, of course, with that response, police are really like, okay. They gotta be like, okay, you are now a prime suspect of now a murder case. Obvious. I mean, you're sitting there, you're showing no signs of sadness. You know, you're showing, yeah, when can I receive the death certificate? You know, so I can, get my mom's life insurance policy. And then you got the other witness, which is David's wife, sitting there saying, he confessed. He said, I unalived my mom for her $5,000 life insurance policy. And of course, a couple things to take note too is when police, examine the body, they have noticed that her body has been cold and stiff. So, police got there around 8 a.m. and they're claiming that, she had to pass somewhere between 6:30 this morning, because that's when David told police that he last spoke with his mom, was at 6:30 this morning on, March 15th. And they found her body face down in a pillow. And what they noticed was it was cold and her body was stiff. Now, guys, rigor mortis, it's already kicked in at that point. And, many believe, and I believe in doing research, that rigor mortis doesn't really set in until about 12 hours after the body has passed. And so, if David last seen his mom at 6:30 this morning, fully alive, then, the police found her cold and stiff, then, they obviously know that this didn't happen this morning. So, of course, I think with all that evidence, they had enough to go ahead and make an arrest on David Lombardo. And so David Lombardo is currently awaiting trial. And I keep looking at the court docs. There's currently not a trial set yet for him. But what I did see was that the defense and what they're currently fighting, and I just found this out literally minutes before I went live. Like minutes before I went live, I just found this out, that the defense does have a defense. And that is believed that the police didn't have enough reasonable cause to place an arrest in the first place. Really? They believe that he did not, they did not have probable cause, and he considered it jumping the gun. That they, should I have said that? Jump the pew pew, and place an arrest on David Lombardo. I mean, to me, they have enough evidence, and the prosecuting team did say, we do have enough evidence, and not only do we got testimony from the wife who said that David told her that he unalived his mother, and then what she overheard in the hallway across, the room across the hallway, David speaking to his mother, and this was around 6:30, 7 o'clock the night before. Okay? So you think about that. This is 6:30, 7 o'clock. Dot, thank you. Besties. Thank you. You guys are awesome. We're at 80% there. So a room across the hallway, she overheard the conversation with David saying, "No, I love you, Mom. Goodbye." And that's what led Roseanne to, why, that was different. I don't normally hear you talk to your mom that way. Like, what's going on? And he simply confessed to her, "I unalived my mom for her $5,000 life insurance policy." Well, where did that $5,000 get you, David? Where did it get you? Because guess what? You can't even bail yourself out because you were denied bail. Obviously, he was denied bail. So, he's currently incarcerated, still facing these charges. And I will say, and here's is what his charges are as follows. He is currently charged with, obviously, criminal homicide. But he's also got the felony of first degree aggravated assault, felony of second degree strangulation, blocking the nose and mouth of the person. Misdemeanor 2, and there's a couple of misdemeanors here as well, but I imagine, the misdemeanors aren't really going to make a difference with the felonies and the homicide charge. But misdemeanor of the second degree is tampering with and fabricating evidence. Another misdemeanor of the second degree is abuse of corpse. And another misdemeanor of the second degree, which is reckless endangerment. And just like I said, no bond, no bail, currently incarcerated and waiting trial. I imagine this trial is happening soon. What is up, Josh? How you doing? Imagine it's going to be happening soon. And, me, I am going to be making sure that I stay up to date on this case. Thank you so much, Lost Highway. What's funny is when it shows the mustache, it's like doesn't really look like much of a difference because you see my mustache and then you see the mustache with the little cowboy hat. Just wanted to throw that out there. So obviously no bond. Trial is not set yet. They actually keep filing for continuances. So he's had jury selection, he's had pre-trial, and he's had about 3 criminal call hearings. So, and what I keep seeing is they keep filing for motions for continuances. So I'm guessing they don't really have a defense yet. And this is just my opinion. I don't know, but I'm guessing they really don't have a defense yet. I mean, their defense was claiming that they don't believe they even had reasonable cause to place the arrest and jump the gun on David. Like, he did not say that he unalived his mom to the police. And according to this point, they didn't have enough evidence to prove. Lost Highway, thank you so much. Because imagine this point, they didn't have fingerprints. So I imagine at this point, they're trying to get the evidence that they have from the prosecuting team so they can review it and, build a defense. So I'm excited. And guys, like I said earlier, this is actually in my hometown. So I'm going to try. I can't promise, but I'm going to try to keep 100% up to date on this case, on this trial. Simply even maybe coming in contact with people that are involved, or friends or family or whatever, and maybe even simply being able to sit down during the trial there at the courthouse, which, believe it or not, is not very far from me at all, walking distance. So, and also I'm going to take note that I am going to be posting a shorter version of this story on TikTok. I'm going to be posting and sharing some videos. And I want this case to go out there. I want it to be noticed by people in the true crime world because it is interesting. I mean, you guys can't tell me this story is not interesting. Okay, let's, if any of you guys are just coming in, here's a shorter story of what I just went over. Paula Lombardo, 69-year-old disabled woman, was found unalived by a caregiver. And she believed that it was for health reasons, cardiac reasons. And when police got there, and based on what they discovered, were, for one, the body laying face down in the pillow of a disabled woman who can't physically move herself. And 2, the interviews, the statements from not only Roseanne, which is David Lombardo's wife, who lived in the same home with David and David's mother, Paula. And then David's interview, where he showed no signs of sadness, no signs of worried about his mom, finding his mom unalive, but only showed concern of her $5,000 insurance policy and where he could get the death certificate so he can obtain this $5,000 fucking dollar, excuse my language, life insurance policy. It's every time I mention it, I go off the freaking wall because it's just crazy to me. And then later testifying to his own wife after he came in from the other rooms, after she heard him say, "I love you, Mom, goodbye," and then comes into the room and asks David, what was that all about? And he simply just came out and was so blunt about it and just said, "I just unalived my mom for her $5,000 insurance policy." Damn! How blunt. And I will add, and I didn't add this before, that, of course, I imagine police, thank you, Venna, for the follow. I imagine, when police ask, why didn't you call? Or why didn't you say something? Why didn't you call us then? Because she added, and according to the court records, in her statement says that she was afraid that David would hurt her too. And so, that's why she didn't do anything. And of course, and an autopsy was performed. This is part of my ADD brain was like, shouldn't I have mentioned that earlier? Should I have not have mentioned the autopsy? I mean, that's evidence. Right? Because the autopsy that was performed showed, and a coroner ruled, that the death was caused by asphyxiation. So, sorry guys, blow your mind. But yeah, that's out there. Obviously an autopsy was performed. But because it being investigated, they actually, and what I was reading just moments before starting my live, was when I found out that they actually didn't have an official death certificate for Paula Lombardo because it's under investigation. Even though the autopsy report says, yes, cause of death was asphyxiation. It just leaves me to wonder, like, why does the defense believe that they don't have enough evidence, and why isn't there a death certificate? That I don't know. I don't know if it's like a common law that, if a unalivement case is being investigated, there's no death certificate until they fully find out the truth of what happened. I don't know. And you're right. Goonies Paranormal said it. She's guilty. I think that too. That's what makes me wonder. It's like, should she be held some type of responsibility in this? She was there. She was in the house. She heard what David said across the hall when David said, "I love you, Mom, goodbye." And then she heard David tell her and confess to her that he did unalive her mom. Or his mom, sorry. That he did unalive his mom for her $5,000 insurance policy. And I have to mention too that Roseanne is also disabled. Well, she told police that she was disabled. This is what she tells police too. She tells police that she is disabled. And so it would probably be easy for David to, to hurt her. And I, did some of my own investigative work, and, I looked all these people up on Facebook, and including David. And what I discovered of David is, I think he has some type of disability as well. I can't tell what it is, and I'm not trying to judge, but he also looks like, in a lot of his photos and stuff, and also court videos and the news where it shows him walking, there's a news article where it shows him walking out of the courthouse. I think he has some type of disability too, because he looks like he always has a hard time walking as well. And there are pictures on Facebook of Roseanne in a wheelchair. And so was Paula. So, and I'm not 100%, I don't have 100% confirmation on what the disabilities are, but Roseanne did tell police that she was involved in a car accident a few years ago. And since then, she could not walk on her own. Police that she was involved in a car accident a few years ago. And since then, she could not walk on her own. Police that she was involved in a car accident a few years ago. And since then, she could not walk on her own. Police that she was involved in a car accident a few years ago. And since then, she could not walk on her own. Which was actually Parkinson's disease. Guys, am I lagging at all? Is it looping now? It just said I lost internet connection. Alright, should be good, right? We good? Alright, good. I just bring it up. So here, guys. Oh, what happened? This, guys, is David Lombardo. This is the picture that was taken right after his arraignment hearing. What is up, guys? Welcome in, Venna Maria Smith. Welcome in, guys. What do you think? What do you think? Like, is this something that y'all want to continue to see? What is up, Pam Garza? How you doing? Welcome back, guys. If you were missing this, if you missed this series, don't panic, because I am uploading these videos, these live streams, and I'm going to be posting them on my YouTube. And so I just came up with that just a little bit ago. I decided. So if you're not subscribed to me on YouTube, you're not going to see much on there because I haven't messed too much in the YouTube world yet. But Broken Sage, you love true crime. This is what we're doing. I'm going to be uploading this video and I'm going to be posting it on to YouTube. It's 11:11 already? Where did today go? Guys, where did it go? Oh, I know. I was walking around downtown shooting a video for this live stream. So you guys, go in and watch that video. Give it a little tap tap, too. It's 10:11 for you? Yeah, it's 11:11 here. Yes, it indeed is. Oh, I gotta get up and stretch. I'm sitting on this really uncomfortable chair right now, just so y'all know. Freaking $5,000. Can you believe that I can't say right now he accused, allegedly, unalived his mom for $5,000. That's still nuts to me. Most people, most people, you don't even have to get a loan for $5,000. I don't think you really have to have that great of credit. So even if their credit was bad or something, and I did see, I did go out to the home where this took place at. I want to mention that, guys. I did go out to the home. Okay, now I don't think they reside there anymore. I don't know if his wife still lives there. I don't know, or what. But, it looked pretty cleaned up and stuff from the outside. But when I saw pictures of it, the front porch was an absolute mess. There was crap everywhere. So, I'm not trying to judge, but, that tells you how a person lives. If you got that much trash and shit on the outside of your porch, you couldn't imagine what the inside of your house looks like. Just want to throw that out there. I also want to take note that I do believe I know the nursing agency that was involved. And I am going to try to reach out to them. So when I continue these live streams, pay attention. And also, I'm going to be putting a shorter version of this story. I'm going to be making some content later and posting it on my TikTok. Shorter versions of this as videos. It's hard to take a whole true crime story and making it into a short video. I have an example of one. If you go back to my profile, Goonies, you still here? You mentioned earlier when I made that video, I want to say it was back in May. So you have to go down a little bit, but I did a true crime video on a haunted location. And I want to continue doing those too. Haunted locations with true crime history. And there's quite a bit of them that I can cover, and that's something else I'm going to be getting into. Haunted locations with true crime history. And I actually have one near here the unfortunate part is there is no cell phone service. So because out there, because I actually want to go out there. I actually want to go out there and did want to do a live, but I think that is going to be a YouTube thing once I get the equipment for YouTube. Yeah, I'm gonna start filming stuff for YouTube. You've been wanting to do a podcast on it? Sweet. Because, like, I mean, that's cool. Haunted locations that we know are historically haunted, you know, with some true crime history. And I made a video on, you know, one of the Broken Souls locations, which is the Bentonville School, and the story of Sheriff Perry, who was pew-pewed right outside the school on the highway by two guys who were wanted for theft. They were already wanted, and they were wanted for theft. So when Sheriff Perry stopped them, you know, he ended up getting pew-pewed. And what's interesting about that story was that was actually only a week after he became sheriff for Adams County, Manchester, Ohio. So, you know, and he was supposed to be retired. He that followed a 20-year police career. So you can go back and find that video, and I'll make more like that too. St. Albans? I haven't heard of that one. I tell you what, if you want, this is kind of true crime. Puzzle piece. Sorry, I had to do a puzzle piece. There's even a couple in Gettysburg. I mean, I can do it in any area. I just won't be able to always physically go out to those locations. You know, so if you guys have any, you know, true crime, you know, if you guys have any haunted locations with true crime history, go ahead and give it to me. Give me what you got. I will, you know, take note of it and see what I can come up with. You can feel free to even, KyloSeeks does have a Facebook page. When it comes to me doing my paranormal investigations, it's where I tell people to send like screenshots of maybe things that they see. And also, you know, if you have any ideas or thoughts of, you know, things, like, go ahead. I also have a Discord. As far as the Discord goes, I'm not good with Discord. I am still trying to figure it out. Well, that's awesome, Lost Highway. You had a case near you, Broken Sage? So yeah, I do have a Discord. I don't know how to put the Discord out there. You love Discord. I don't know what it does, to be honest. I mean, I do, but like, I don't use it very often. So I do sometimes, like, I'll be honest, I forget to go in there and check because, and even look at it. So like, I do apologize if you're on my Discord and you send me something on there and I don't see it right away. I'm working on getting better at checking my Discord. I don't know how to, but you know, my Discord is free for anyone to join. So I'm trying to figure out, is there a link? They had 6 kids. Yeah, see, Twitter's another one that I don't mess with. I do not use Twitter at all. I never have. There's many links. Yeah, I was trying to see if like I can share my link, and that's what I was trying to figure out. See, I don't know how to do this stuff. You don't really use it either, yeah. It is easy. It does make it easy for people that are on my Discord to send stuff, and that's what I do like about it. But like I'm trying to, I don't know how to get, first, I just don't know how to use it. I just don't know how to use it. I'll just be honest. There we go. Broken Sage. Yeah, I do have Facebook, KyloSeeks. There we go. Leave it up to... That's what... I love my mods. Guys, you get to put some hand hearts in the chat for the mods. Because they are amazing. You guys got to think that, I'm back here and I can't always read your guys' comments and stuff like that. Because first of all, you notice I have to keep going like this to even see them. So like I apologize if I'm missing your guys' comments and stuff like that. But I was also trying to focus on the story. And I feel like I can get it out there better when I'm focused on the story. So like my mods are there who are, paying attention to you guys and keeping an eye on things. And also it's keeping you guys safe. It's keeping me and you guys safe. Especially when we do the paranormal investigations. So, yeah. And here's you. Goonies Paranormal, Dark Amethyst. Now we got Lost Highway Paranormal. Guys, welcome Lost Highway Paranormal to the KyloSeeks team. I can't wait to find out more information, involving this case. If you guys, man, I didn't even show you guys my table. I guess get you back like we're doing a paranormal investigation. Because I said maybe they'd want to actually see me this time. All right. So I got newspapers. I replaced my tablecloth with newspapers because I thought that was cool. I have on the table Post-it notes of the names that are top gifters in my live, and I'm going to be adding more names for tonight's live. So even when we do this true crime stuff, it counts. It's not just for the paranormal investigations. So any live that I do, I'm also starting to do 3 a.m. lives. I don't know if I'll get that in the morning, but so pay attention to those. I can only do those once in a while, and those count. So if you guys are just jumping in, what those names are for that are on my table are the top gifters who put in their name for a chance to win Miss Noel. Miss Noel. Noel, can you say hi to the chat? Look at that. Miss Noel, and if you're watching this on YouTube, jump over to my TikTok for your chance to win Miss Noel. And also to get these live streams out there as soon as they're going on. So yeah, if you guys are jumping in, this live stream is going to go up on YouTube. My KyloSeeks YouTube. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed. Noel says so. And if you're new here, make sure you follow me on here. I'm going to show you met Noel. So this is one of my originals. This is the wonderful, the beautiful, and the broken face of Vanessa. Vanessa has a broken face, and yes, she did not get a broken face until she was in my care. She is cute. So, but I know she still loves me because I fixed her broken face. I fixed her broken face. So there's that. And then over here is one of my newest additions. This is Scarlett. Scarlett, she's beautiful. I think she's beautiful. And the next one we're about to meet is Angelina. She is another one of the newer additions. She's I got her at the same time as I got Scarlett, and that's Angelina. I love the red hair. And back there is Pennywise. He's not really an antique. He came from Walmart. So that's Pennywise, the dancing clown back there. And I feel like I'm missing somebody. Am I missing somebody? No, can't be missing. My original, the pretty blue-eyed blonde hair, Lori. Everybody, and I mean everybody, loves Lori. Now, fun fact about Lori, when I was talking about Vanessa's broken face, we do believe that Lori pushed her over. Lori is my original. I actually brought her home first. And then very shortly after, I brought home Vanessa. And when I put Vanessa up on my windowsill, she falls over and breaks her face. And in later investigations, as some of y'all saw in the live streams, we have actually had Lori responses about pushing Vanessa off the windowsill. Am I correct? Anybody in here ever witnessed that in my live streams? Confirm it for me. I remember one time specifically, we got a response from Vanessa, from Spirit Talker, which about saying she pushed. It was, I believe it was the first live stream I did with them here at the house, here at my apartment. And where I specifically asked, what happened with Vanessa, and the next response right after instantly was, she pushed. She pushed. And at the time, these ones didn't exist, so it was just her and Lori. And then, of course, the newest addition that you've already met, Noelle. She could be yours. She could be yours. And thank you guys for tonight to add. I got some new names to put down. So we got some more people entering the drawing, and it's going to be the day after Christmas. The next live I do after Christmas. Believe it or not, Kylo works on Christmas night. What kind of bullshit is that? So just so you guys know, I sometimes I'll go a week without going live. I'll go a week without going live sometimes, and it's simply because I do work a full-time job and I do have kids. So I try to do this when I can. I worked last night. I woke up this morning, and I said, it's true crime time. It's true crime time. Let's wake up, let's get going, and let's put in some work. So that's exactly what I did today. So let me know what y'all think. Do you want to see more KyloSeeks True Crime? If you want to see more KyloSeeks True Crime, let's throw up some hand hearts in the chat. Let's do it. Let's get it. Let me bring you guys back up here. I see some yeses and I see some hand hearts. Oh, heck yeah. I do. I promise you guys, you will see some more KyloSeeks True Crime. And it is going to happen slow and steady, because this takes a lot of work. And I just realized today, like I said, I have absolutely no schooling background in journalism or even law and crime. This is strictly from just a passion of mine. I love true crime and I love the paranormal. And so I like to, the idea of KyloSeeks is to bring in the true crime world with the paranormal. So this is where you're going to get it. Right here. So, if you're new here, drop a follow. Share my videos out there, like them, tap them, give us some love. And ultimately, we're just all big paranormal and true crime family right up in here. Oh! I got a little too excited. I just, got some coffee on my notes. Come on, but, hey, that's what we're all about here too. We're all about that. I mean, honestly, how many true crime live streamers do you see out there? I mean, we see a lot of true crime podcasts. We see a lot of, videos. But, guys, how many true crime live streams are out there? And if there are any, give them some love. If, you have a true crime out there, any true crime or paranormal content creator that you see, show them some love. Because it is one thing, it is a field that requires a lot. A lot. Personally, I think we should see a paranormal investigator climb up to the top. Climb up to the top on TikTok, on YouTube, or true crime, or someone who brings you a little bit of both. There, guys. Yeah, you mainly just see videos and podcasts. That's what I mean. Pre-recorded podcasts. You often don't see, and there's some really good ones. There's, I tell you guys what, right off the bat, where I get my true crime influence, I guess I would call it, would actually be, what? Sorry, guys. But Colin Brown and his wife, Colin Brown from the Paranormal Files has his true crime podcast. Can I say that on TikTok? Unalivement in America. That's the way he gets in depth with, his stories and everything else. They both do. Him and his wife both do. Wonderful job. All right. Top 3 gifters tonight are as follows. Lost Highway Paranormal, Truly Angelic, and .4700. You guys all earned a spot for a chance to win Miss Noel. So thank you guys so much for everything. Thank you all for the gifts, for liking, for sharing this live, for showing some love and passion for the true crime world. How many of y'all who are in here that are really into true crime? And how many of y'all want to continue to see, who like my true crime? Because this is the first time you're really seeing me doing true crime. Like I said, I do have a video that's on TikTok. It was just a short video, and I'm going to be posting more videos on this case specifically. So if you missed the live, that's okay. I'm going to be making some short videos, and also I'm going to upload this live onto YouTube. It's going to be a little confusing when YouTubers watch it that don't know me on TikTok, but that's okay. I'll add a segment in there explaining that this did come from a live stream. So thank you guys for being part of this live stream, because this pushes me to want to continue doing this. I did a lot of work to try to get this story that I don't even know if I put together right. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it and watch it and say, I ain't doing that again, I'm sure. But thank you guys for sticking with me and being part of it and being part of the KyloSeeks family. I can't wait to do this again. I'm going to be working here as long as this case, and even after it goes to trial, I will be working my best to keep up to date. And I think I'm going to ask you guys for a little bit of your help when I do post these videos. I want to try to get this story out here. It's a story that's from this small town of mine. And it's an interesting case. It's very interesting. If you guys are just coming in, before I end, I'll go over short details of the case. So this case, we just went over, involved the death of a 69-year-old disabled woman, Paula Lombardo, who was believed to pass away of cardiac issues. Discovered by a home health nurse that came in the morning. And when police responded to this call, they returned to the apartment of the 69-year-old disabled Paula Lombardo, her son David Lombardo, and her son's wife Roseanne Lombardo. And when police discovered her body was face down into a pillow and was cold and stiff. And so they interviewed each one that lived in the house. David's interview was that he showed no support, no signs of sadness, no remorse. When he was answering, the police's questions, the only thing he was concerned about was how he can get the death certificate of his mother's, so that he can have access to her life insurance policy and her bank account. Yeah, her life insurance policy that was only $5,000. That's right, I said that right, $5,000. And then later came in to testify to his wife that he unalived his mom for this $5,000. That's a short story. So, and of course an autopsy was performed. And an autopsy performed did deem, they did find out after the autopsy that the cause of death was asphyxiation. So they knew something was up whenever they found the body, cold and stiff, laying upside down. And with David Lombardo's responses, when being asked, when was the last time you seen or talked to your mom? And we know when the last time he's seen and talked to his mom, based on the testimony of Roseanne. In fact, we know that his last words to his mom was, "I love you, goodbye." That was said shortly before testifying to his wife that he just unalived his mom for his $5,000 life insurance policy. That is crazy. So, thank you guys. And I will continue this coverage, continue this story. I might even go a little crazy with it and try to actually sit down when the trial is happening. I think these are some of my favorite cases, are the ones that are still in trial, because we don't know what's going on yet. And so, we like to picture ourselves as, little investigators ourselves and try to go out and, get these stories out there. And that's what I want to do. I want to get this story out there. There's not many people talking about it, So that's where I ask for your guys' help. Help me get this story out here. I will continue doing this. I love y'all. I'm tired. So heck yeah. Heather McAdoo, how are you doing? 25K. Look at y'all. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for hanging out. Oh, I'm doing wonderful. So, thank y'all for everything. Peace out. Much love. Good night, everybody.